today? It is Friday, February 10th. As you can see, I'm scared to even open my mouth. Well, it's been open all day. So I just got out of a 1.5 hour osseous plus bone graft surgery on my lower back molar here. When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out when I was 18. And we're in 2023 right now, so do that math. Right, they left a gap there. And so over the course of my adult life, whenever I go to the dentist, food gets caught back there, and pocket developed over time. And dentists have done all these things, like they put a rest in to kill the bacteria. They said that would help close the hole. I've done laser cleaning, all kinds of shit. So anyway, now I have this amazing periodontist, Dr. Sam Naeem. And during the cleaning, because they do cleanings, they check my pockets. And last time in September, they're like, oh, it's a 6, we should do the bone graft. He's like, you can do a bone graft and you can fix it, I think. Or no, we'll monitor it. This last cleaning, the girl was like, it's a 10. Wait, it's deeper. My instrument doesn't go that far. And it's like, oh my God. She's like, I think I just mismeasured it last time. I didn't, certain angle, and it kept going. So he's like, yeah, you should really do that bone graft. Like, right, let's get on this. So did the insurance thing. And today's the day. And they're already 30 minutes late. So I'm just trying to chill before the appointment. I'd seen him before for another osseous surgery up here because another dental office messed me up, and he fixed that. So osseous is osseous as in bone, and he'll lift the gum up and he will shave down the tooth, like make it smooth, because pockets and things have developed as a tooth has been deteriorating because of that food living in there and the bacteria and all that over time. So I was like, okay, I know this procedure, I've been there. He was so fast on that first one, just and it's very intense because he's using the instruments to get the gum away from the tooth and flip it up. And I remember his anesthesia was it was good stuff. It hit so fast. So I was like, okay, I'm good to go. Same thing, just lower back, except now we have a bone graft. They had to take blood out of me, plasma. And he uses that to kind of keep the bone dust. It's not dust, it's like shavings together, as he puts it in there. And I had my podcast on going, switched on pop, so I'm listening to some music, they're talking about things. And the anesthesia, kicks in, and he's doing the scraping, it's unfamiliar. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I didn't ask him the whole process, but it made sense to me what he's doing, right? He puts it down and then he has to clean the tooth. He's not going to put that on a dirty tooth, right? Because then you have that bacteria that you've sealed in. You want a clean situation. And so basically, I don't even know last time I had a scaling there, but they probably never went as deep as they normally would have or should have. All right, this pocket's been getting deeper over the course of more than half my life. So he was in there for forever. And I'm like, and then the assistant, she hits my earbud and it stops the podcast. So now I hear him more, and I just start humming because, that's a song in my head. And he's scraping and he's pushing, and I'm in my head, I'm like, when you bang your knee or something to get, your body part, and you're like, oh, it's going to leave a bruise. He is going so hard to scrape him. I could just, in my head, imagine a bruise forming, on my jaw. It's fresh out of the surgery, so we don't know. That's happening. Oh God. And then I can feel him oh, he's done cleaning, right? You can feel the scraping is it's smooth now. And he also used the ultrasonic, and certain frequencies of that hurt me, so I'm reacting to that, even though I'm super, numbed up. So there's that, and then he's scraping and scraping. I'm like, oh God, please be done. And then it's oh shit, now he has to do the part where he shapes a tooth, and I'm like, okay, maybe that won't take so long. That felt for fucking ever. He's great. He's drilling and drilling and drilling. Then you smell the bone. right? Because it's all the bone dust as he's drilling and drilling and drilling to make it smooth. And it's going deeper. And then I just feel this in my head. I'm like, that bruise is just getting bigger. And my lips are getting hurting because they're being pulled. And like, it's been open now for Lord knows how long. And then I open my eyes and I see the drill. I see the drill. I hate to take this off, Drea. I see the drill. And I'm like, oh God, Drea, don't open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. And so I close my mouth. I close my eyes, and I'm just like, you know, what do I sing? Because the tune that I've come up with is just like not doing it or something. He goes more than like making like it's hurting, and then in my head I'm like, is that in my head? Right? Because he's numbed me up, and I want to make sure the pain is not a pressure, right? Because numbing won't numb you from it won't make you resist the pressure that he's pushing on you, but just whatever tissue pressure, pain goes away. I'm like, no, he's hitting something. And partway through, he's like, I think I'm near a nerve. So we're going to finish this, see how it goes. But, if this doesn't take, we might have to do a root canal in the future. I'm like, oh God. Note to self, fucking go under. Take an Uber, go under. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Because throughout this whole time, I am like tensing my body, and I can feel like my body like lifting off the chair because like my legs and my butt are just getting like so tense. I'm like becoming straight as a board. So when he would take breaks to do whatever, I like, okay, Dre, like relax, right? Like just don't be so tense, chill. And then I get tense again and like, chill. So I'm just like, my body's having this workout. So anyway, so he's still drilling and drilling. I'm like, I'm like every phase of this, I like just when I'm on like the verge of tears, I think of the Princess Bride when Wesley's in the machine and he puts it up to 1 and Wesley's like, I can take pain. And afterwards Wesley just like crying, like like that's how I felt in these moments. Like it's like this, like I'm just almost at the peak, and thank you Jesus, he stops. And then I look at the assistant, I'm like, head on, Connor, and she's like, I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, thank you. A couple of songs that went through my head was Can You Read My Mind? Because it was like a low, it was like this nice like run up. And then the other one was Mika's Relax. It's just like, relax, take it easy, because there is nothing that we can do. So I'm just humming that in my head. And this girl's walking her dog. There's no sidewalks in this neighborhood. She's like right there. I guess she doesn't even see that I'm in the car. People are funny. Anyway, side note why I stopped. You see in the back. So those were the 2 songs that kind of entered my brain towards the end. I also had this little mantra. I'm like, he's good, he's almost done, he's making progress, he's almost done. But I'm humming that like, he's almost done, he's making progress, he's almost done. And again, I'm like about to like cry, and like I feel like I'm gonna piss myself. I just need to relax, and for some reason in my head I'm like, if I relax too much I'm gonna pee myself, but that's okay because at least it's like a distraction and a relief from like this horrible intensity. And then I feel the stitches. I feel the whatever fucking fishing wire. I'm like, oh, thank you Jesus. And then at one point I open my eyes though, because just my eyes want to open, and I see him coming at me. This is before the stitches. Like this white thing. I think he's just putting in the plasma bone stuff. But it's like this, like, oh, what's that? Like, oh God, imagination. Like, and then I was like, close your eyes, Drea. Like, keep them closed. And I like was like tensing my eyelids to make sure my eyes were closed. And then afterwards, he reminded me about the nerves and everything. And I said, wow. I'm like, and for you, like, this was so intense. Like, I've given birth to a child, and yes, that was definitely very intense, like down there, but I felt like that level of intensity and concentration and focus and just like block out the pain and get to the end, like that was very much what this was. It was like, okay, like moments of relief. Okay, I gotta go through it again. Like it was like these waves of like intensity and pain and anticipation of more pain, especially once he got to the nerve. It's like, oh fuck, please don't go near the nerve again. And it's like he's going down and down and down. Oh, I got it. Like, okay, but okay, try to breathe. Okay, sing a song, hum a song. Oh my god. So because I was also tensing up, my muscles now are like vibrating and shaking, because now they're relaxing. So he was like, that was a lot. We'll see what happens. Going through don't do the straws, how to care for it. He's like, if the ibuprofen doesn't work, you may have to take narcotics. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like Norco. I'm like, yes, give me that. Please give me that. I will need that. I'm like, I feel like my whole face is going to be bruised. He's like, okay, we'll get you the Norco. So for the next genius idiot, I can't lift things for 3 to 5 days. No exercise for 3 to 5 days because it will elevate my blood pressure. I know I'm slurring because of the numbing. And could make the bleeding happen more. It could pop stitches. So probably good that I'm going to be on a liquid diet. But anyway, I'm going to have to unload this shit back into the house. But at least I've marked stuff for deletion. Yeah, so I'm going to go home, chill, try not to talk too much. I think I'm okay to talk, but again, I want to do this now while I'm under the effects of the anesthesia, because once this wears off, I am not looking forward to that. I'm glad I did it. No regrets. And he was also just seemed like shocked as to how much work had to be done. But then when I said to him, yeah, this was, decades ago, he's like, yeah, makes sense, that there was a lot down there. So I was like, yeah, we got it handled. I mean, God, he went down to the root. Like, I don't even know how much more he could have done down. But he was thorough. So all in all, good things. 2 weeks I get my stitches out. 2 weeks and a day, calendar day. And yeah, so we'll see how this bone graft goes. I've been told that because of the bone, cadaver bone, it was like that. It could fall out. It's prone to happen. They use the plasma to try to keep it in place, but some could fall out. And we'll go from there. I mean, the osseous that he did appear, great. Doing good. Yeah, just got to keep this going. I just hope that my Zane doesn't ever have to go through this. That went through my head. I'm like, I hope he never has to go through this. If he can help it. Oh, and there's the other thing. The pain on my tooth, he's like, oh, because I told him how the sore showed up. He's like, oh, that could, we need a CT scan. All the x-ray machines were down today. He's like, but what that could mean, we could have to do maybe a root canal. Because sometimes I guess the teeth will deteriorate from the root down. What the fuck? And I forget what he said it was called. And he's like, I'm like, well, we have a fix for it, right? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, if we can't stop the deterioration, like if it just wants to, like, the tooth wants to die, then we'll give you an implant. Okay, fine. That's a thing. So there's possibly more to come, which is why I wanted to record this experience to also remind myself, if this has to happen again, have him take me under. I don't want to be awake for this. Ubers exist. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to hum to myself. Or if he doesn't support that, because I thought of this too, it would have been really nice if I could have had like a mono or just something like to hold on to. Like when I had my LASIK, they gave me that big old bear. Just like that comfort animal or creature would have been really nice. Yeah, so that is all for now. We'll see what actually develops on the face. Again, I'm scared to open my mouth, but maybe I will. Can't really see anything. It's probably a good thing. I don't taste blood, so that's good. He's a good stitcher. So yeah, periodontist. Wish I had met him so many years ago. Probably wouldn't have any of these issues, and or wouldn't have been as intense, because it would not have been X years of loss of tooth / buildup. Anyway, better late than never.